Have you ever felt like you're walking alone on the path of truth, struggling to stay true to your beliefs, while the world around you seems to follow a completely different way? Maybe you've experienced moments where it feels like no one understands the choices you make, or that you're isolated in your efforts to live according to what is right. If you've ever felt like this, you're not alone. In today's video, we're going to dive into one of the most powerful and often overlooked experiences on the path of righteousness: feeling alone. But don't worry, feeling alone doesn't mean you're lost. In fact, it can be a sign that you're on the right path, one that requires strength, courage, and conviction. As Muslims, we're taught that following the truth is not always easy. It's a journey that often takes us away from the crowd, away from the distractions of this world, and closer to the eternal truths of Islam. But the truth is, walking this path may sometimes make us feel like we're standing apart from others, whether it's from our friends, family, or even society at large. We might feel misunderstood, out of place, or rejected. But this is exactly where we need to stop, reflect, and understand that loneliness on the path of truth is not something to fear, but something to embrace. From the struggles of staying true to yourself in a world full of distractions, to the patience required when facing isolation, we will look at how you can not only overcome these feelings of loneliness, but also find strength and connection with Allah, the one who is always with you. So, if you're feeling like you're walking alone or perhaps doubting your path, this video is for you. If you find this content helpful, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, drop a comment, and subscribe to our channel for more enlightening videos on the beauty of Islam. 1. The truth often requires separation. The path of truth is never easy. It requires courage, resilience, and a deep sense of purpose. In a world full of distractions, false promises, and misguidance, walking the path of truth often means separating from the crowd. You will find that the truth is not always popular, and it is certainly not always accepted. This is where the challenge lies. People may laugh, criticize, or even distance themselves from you simply because you choose to live by the truth. And that can feel isolating, especially when you are surrounded by others who choose a different way. But remember, this separation is not a curse. It is a sign of your commitment to what is right, to the truth that is eternal. Islam teaches us that the truth is a gift and a blessing, but it also comes with its own set of challenges. Surely for those who have disbelieved, it is all the same whether you warn them or you warn them not. They do not believe. There will always be people who will reject the truth, no matter how much you try to guide them. And that's okay. Allah has not burdened you with the responsibility of changing people's hearts. Your responsibility is to stay true to the path, no matter how lonely it may feel at times. When you choose the truth, you might find yourself at odds with friends, family, or society. People may mock you for following a path they don't understand. You might feel like the only one trying to do what's right, and that sense of isolation can be overwhelming. The loneliness you feel on the path of truth is not a sign of weakness, but rather a sign of strength. It is a reminder that you are standing firm in your convictions, even when the world around you chooses to follow the easier, more popular path. You are choosing integrity over convenience, honesty over lies, and righteousness over compromise. The loneliness you experience is temporary, but the reward of staying on the right path is eternal. In these moments of solitude, it is important to remember that you are never truly alone. Allah is always with you, and He is aware of every struggle you face. He sees your commitment, and He will never leave you. He is the best of companions. And the loneliness you feel is actually a blessing in disguise. It is an opportunity for you to strengthen your relationship with Allah and to rely on Him alone. Sometimes, when we are surrounded by people who don't understand us, it becomes easier to question our choices. But do not let the doubts of others shake your faith. Trust in Allah's plan and know that the separation you feel is leading you to something far greater. It is leading you to eternal peace and joy, and that is worth every sacrifice. So, keep walking the path of truth, even when it feels lonely. Know that Allah is proud of you for staying true to your beliefs. The rewards for your perseverance will far outweigh the temporary loneliness you feel. And remember, you are not alone. Allah is always by your side. 2. The path of truth is often a lonely road. There are few things more difficult than walking a road where others are not walking with you. The path of truth is often solitary because it requires you to stand against the tide of popular opinion and worldly desires. It means choosing what is right, even when it costs you friendships, comfort, or societal approval. It means going against the flow of what is easy, because the easy way is rarely the right way. And yes, this can make you feel isolated, as if you are the only one struggling to maintain your values. It can make you feel alone in a world that seems to be moving in a completely different direction. But let me remind you, loneliness on the path of truth is a test, and tests are not meant to break you. They are meant to build you. Who had taken their faith as play and a game, and the worldly life had deceived them. So, we shall forget them today, as they had forgotten to face this day of theirs, and as they used to deny our signs. The people of the past rejected the truth, and in doing so, they chose a path that led to their downfall. The truth, though often lonely and difficult, is the path that leads to Allah's mercy and guidance, while those who stray from it are the ones who lose their way. You may find yourself walking a lonely road, away from the crowd, away from the noise, and away from the distractions of this world. And in those moments, it's easy to feel like you're missing out on something, or that your efforts are in vain. But take a moment to reflect on the example of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. He was alone in his mission for many years. His message was rejected by the very people he loved, his closest family members, and even his own tribe. Yet, he remained patient, firm, and devoted to his mission, knowing that Allah's support was with him. When you feel lonely, remember that this feeling is temporary. The path of truth is not meant to be crowded. It is meant for those who are brave enough to stand alone if necessary, those who have the strength to choose what is right, even when the world says otherwise. The fact that the path is lonely is a sign of its greatness. The majority may follow what is wrong, but the few who choose the truth are the ones who are truly on the right path. It is easy to get discouraged when you look around and see that others are living lives full of material wealth, worldly pleasures, and social success. But remember, these things are fleeting. The real success lies in the strength of your faith, the depth of your connection with Allah, and the sincerity of your actions. The road may be lonely, but it is a road that leads to eternal happiness and peace. The loneliness you feel is not a punishment, it is a blessing. It is a time for you to grow closer to Allah, to purify your soul, and to strengthen your character. It is a chance to develop patience, resilience, and faith. Each step you take on this lonely road brings you closer to your Creator, and that closeness is worth more than any companionship this world could offer. Patience during your moments of loneliness is a form of worship. It is a way of proving your love for Allah, showing Him that you trust in His plan and relying on His wisdom. You may feel alone, but you are never truly alone. Allah is with you, and He will guide you every step of the way. So, when the road feels too lonely and you question your decision to follow the truth, remember that the most beautiful flowers grow in the harshest of conditions. Just as the prophets faced rejection and isolation, their reward was greater than any earthly pleasure. Your reward, too, will be great. Keep walking the path of truth and know that your struggles are not in vain. The loneliness you feel now will soon be replaced with peace and joy beyond measure. 3. Embrace your loneliness as a sign of strength. Loneliness can often feel like a burden, a heavy weight on your heart that makes you question your decisions. When you walk the path of truth, the road can be long and the journey difficult. You may find that the people around you don't understand, and they may not share your values or beliefs. This feeling of being alone can be painful, but it is important to realize that it is also a sign of strength. In fact, embracing your loneliness can become one of the most powerful steps you can take on your journey of faith. Do you think that you will enter paradise while you have not yet been visited by difficult circumstances like those that were faced by the people who passed away before you? They were afflicted by hardship and suffering, and were so shaken down that the prophet and those who believed with him started saying, "When will come the help of Allah?" Then they were comforted by the prophet who said to them, "Behold, the help of Allah is near." The trials we face, including loneliness, are not new. They have been experienced by previous generations, and they are part of the journey toward achieving closeness to Allah. It is a reminder that your struggle is not without purpose. Allah is testing you, and your endurance during this test will be rewarded. Rather than seeing loneliness as a weakness, try to view it as a moment of self-discovery and empowerment. When you are alone, you have the time to reflect on your life, your actions, and your connection with Allah. You have the opportunity to strengthen your relationship with Him without the distractions of the world. Loneliness allows you to build inner strength because it forces you to rely on yourself and, more importantly, on Allah alone. The truth is, those who walk the path of truth often face great challenges, and many of those challenges come in the form of isolation. But this isolation is not a sign of failure. It is a sign of courage. It takes immense bravery to stand firm in your beliefs, especially when those around you may not understand or support you. But this courage will not go unnoticed. Allah sees your efforts, and He rewards you for the strength you show in remaining true to Him. Embracing your loneliness allows you to grow in ways you may not have imagined. It teaches you patience, resilience, and reliance on Allah. It reminds you that your worth is not determined by the approval of others, but by your sincerity and your commitment to the truth. When you are alone, you are given the chance to strengthen your character and develop a deeper understanding of your purpose in this life. In your own life, you may experience moments where you feel like you are standing alone in your beliefs, surrounded by those who do not understand your choices. But this is the time to hold on to your faith even tighter. When you embrace your loneliness, you are not simply enduring hardship, you are growing stronger. You are showing Allah that you are willing to sacrifice comfort, popularity, and ease for the sake of His truth. So, the next time you feel the weight of loneliness, remember that it is not a burden, but a blessing. It is a sign of your commitment to the truth, and it is an opportunity to strengthen your connection with Allah. He is always with you, and in the silence of loneliness, you can hear His guidance more clearly. Keep walking the path of truth with confidence, knowing that your strength will be rewarded, and your loneliness will eventually be replaced with peace, serenity, and the love of Allah. 4. The reward of staying true to the path of truth. The path of truth is not always easy. It requires you to stay committed even when the world seems to turn its back on you. But in every hardship you face, in every moment of loneliness you experience, there lies a reward far greater than anything this world can offer. Staying true to the path of truth is not without its trials, but the reward of perseverance is eternal. It is a reward that is promised by Allah, and it is the ultimate success. The path of truth is not meant to be easy. Those who came before us, the prophets and their followers, faced immense trials and struggles. Yet despite their hardships, they remained firm in their commitment to the truth. And Allah loved them for their steadfastness. This love from Allah is a reward greater than any worldly success. The promise of Allah's love is enough to keep you moving forward, even when the road is tough. Every trial you face on the path of truth is an opportunity to grow closer to Allah. Each challenge you overcome Each moment you choose to remain faithful brings you closer to your ultimate reward in the hereafter. Allah does not overlook the efforts of those who strive to maintain their faith. In fact, He promises to reward them in ways that exceed their expectations. When you face loneliness or rejection, remember that your perseverance is not in vain. Your commitment to the truth, your efforts to stay on the right path, are seen by Allah, and He will reward you for your steadfastness. The reward is not only in the form of peace and contentment in this life, but also in the eternal blessings that await in the hereafter. In your own life, the reward of staying true to the path of truth might not always be immediately apparent. You might face difficulties and feel like no one understands your struggle, but know that your reward is being written by Allah, and it is greater than any reward this world can offer. Every step you take towards staying true to your faith, every hardship you endure, and every moment of patience you display is written down as a good deed. Allah promises that the reward for these good deeds will never be lost. The reward of staying true to the path of truth is not always immediate. You may not see the fruits of your labor right away, but rest assured that, in the end, your perseverance will be rewarded in the best possible way. When you feel discouraged, remind yourself that the reward for staying true to the path of truth is not measured by worldly success or approval. It is measured by the love and pleasure of Allah, and that is the highest reward a person can attain. Keep striving, keep persevering, and remember that Allah is always with you, guiding you toward the ultimate success. 5. Strengthening your relationship with Allah. In moments of loneliness, the most powerful way to find comfort is to strengthen your relationship with Allah. When the world feels empty, it is Allah who fills the heart with peace and reassurance. The more you seek closeness to Allah, the more you will feel His presence in your life, and you will find solace in knowing that you are never truly alone. The ones who believe and their hearts are peaceful with the remembrance of Allah. Listen, the hearts find peace only in the remembrance of Allah. When you feel isolated or lost, turning to Allah through prayer, supplication, and reflection brings the inner peace you need. The act of worship allows you to connect directly with your Creator, and in those moments, you realize that Allah is always there, offering guidance, strength, and support. Sometimes, the path of truth may make you feel distanced from others, but remember that Allah is never distant from you. He is closer to you than your jugular vein. You may feel that no one understands your struggles, but Allah does. His knowledge encompasses everything, and His mercy is vast. No matter how difficult the journey becomes, if you hold tightly to Him, you will always have the strength to keep moving forward. Also, when you seek Allah's help, you are reminded that your loneliness is temporary. The true companionship that lasts is the one with Allah. The worldly friendships may come and go, but the bond you have with Allah is eternal. This relationship offers you a source of support and guidance that remains constant, no matter where you are in life. When you are alone, take the time to recite the Quran, make zikr, remembrance of Allah, and offer your prayers with sincerity. In these acts, you will find comfort and healing for your heart. The hardships and feelings of loneliness are part of His plan to help you grow, and through them, He is strengthening you. Trust in His wisdom and know that He will never abandon you in your struggles. Furthermore, remember that Allah's help comes when you least expect it. It is in the moments of despair, when you feel completely alone, that Allah's mercy shines the brightest. He will send signs of His presence through your prayers, your reflections, and even through the kindness of others who may cross your path. Always remain open to His blessings and trust that He will bring peace to your heart. In times of loneliness, remember to call upon Allah, make dua, and engage in acts of worship. Seek His comfort and know that He will answer your prayers. Your relationship with Allah is the most valuable and enduring connection you can have. As you continue on the path of truth, lean on Allah, trust in His plan, and find peace in His infinite mercy and love. And there you have it, Dean Explorers. We hope today's video has helped shed light on why you may feel alone on the path of truth, and how you can use this experience to grow closer to Allah. Remember, even in moments of solitude, you are never truly alone. Allah is always with you, guiding you, and rewarding your patience and perseverance. As we continue this journey together, know that every step you take in the pursuit of truth is a step towards something greater, something eternal. So, don't let loneliness discourage you. It's simply a sign of your commitment to the right path. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to keep exploring the beauty of Islam with us. Keep walking the path of truth with faith and trust in Allah. Until next time, stay strong, stay true, and remember, you are never alone on the path of truth.